Yo, welcome everyone. A massive short squeeze will happen on Bitcoin very soon, and over 200 million of US dollars will be wiped out completely. Let me show you. Now, you can right now see that with our current push towards the upside, Bitcoin is finally breaking quite an important diagonal area of resistance. Connecting our lower highs with a trend line, you can clearly see, slowly but surely, we are moving towards the upside, and only a couple of hours ago, we hit quite an important and the highest volume area of resistance at approximately 106,000 US dollars. However, if we right now zoom in a little bit more, you're maybe even going to be surprised, but our recent high at exactly 106,000 US dollars has not really been hit. That being said, a lot of liquidity is right now still being placed approximately at this specific area, and that is why ideally I want to see another push towards the upside on Bitcoin literally to happen in the next couple of hours. And not only that, then ideally after the short squeeze is going to happen, I am paying attention to another pattern. Zooming out on the 2-hour time frame, you be the judge, but it really does look like we could be forming some kind of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder right here, head right here, and if we are going to right now see first of all a short squeeze towards the upside, then some kind of a rejection, Bitcoin could start forming some kind of the right shoulder for the inverse head and shoulders pattern. And maybe right now you're wondering, what is going to be the exact price target of this specific head and shoulders pattern, because even a bigger short squeeze could happen literally in the next couple of days or pretty much the next week, because later in the video I'm even going to share with you liquidations that can right now be seen on the 2-week time frame. But nevertheless, right now if we right now say this right here is the left shoulder, we got the head right here. Right now probably Bitcoin is forming some kind of a right shoulder at this specific area, and of course after that, after we are going to break the neckline, the inverse head and shoulders pattern is going to be confirmed. And talking about the price targets, measuring from the head back towards the neckline, putting the trend line on the potential breakout, we could be talking about the price targets of approximately 112,000 US dollars, which is pretty much then going to be a brand new all-time high. Now, to be honest, I am not targeting directly this specific area because, of course, if you have been following me on Twitter for the past couple of days, you know exactly where Bitcoin does have its first major area of resistance, but nevertheless, a theoretical price target would right now mean Bitcoin break all of those resistances towards the upside, and we are going to go straight towards another all-time high. Now, for complete transparency, I do not hold any short positions right now on the entire crypto market. I'm right now in a brand new long position on Bitcoin, Ethereum, SUI, XRP, and also this Bitcoin trade that is right now open from approximately 76,600 US dollars. I also did enter another long position on Solana at approximately 143 US dollars, but with all of those coins, I want to see higher targets. Of course, ideally a brand new all-time high. However, I am still aware some bigger areas of resistances are along the way towards the upside, and of course that is why I am not going to wait straight towards another all-time high. That is also right now why I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1,000 likes are really possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right now do share with you why I would really like to see Bitcoin seeing another push towards the upside, not only in the next couple of hours for us to squeeze out 200 million of short positions right here, but also let me zoom out on the 2-week time frame where you're right now going to see Bitcoin liquidation heat map right now show us that bigger liquidations clearly are not below the recent lows, but actually above the recent highs. You can right here see another bigger liquidation cluster on Bitcoin is coming in at approximately 107,000 US dollars, where approximately 222 million of short positions are going to get wiped out. And then the next bigger level is going to be 110, and then the next one at approximately 111,000 US dollars, which is then going to mean that the price target of the inverse head and shoulders pattern potentially is going to be hit. And that is why right now I do want to share with you the exact trading idea I'm right now paying attention to. And for example, if you're right now not already holding a brand new long position of Bitcoin, I want to share with you exactly where you can be looking for another brand new long position, because a very nice support level is probably going to be hit maybe even today, after first of all I'm expecting a short squeeze to happen at approximately 106,000 US dollars. So let me right now explain to you exactly what I am paying attention to. Currently on a very low term time frame, let's just say on the 30-minute, we are seeing a very small push towards downside. Now, if you don't know why a push down is right now happening, simply because if you look at the order flow, you are going to see some people are trying to long the breakout, something I already told you yesterday. If you go with a diagonal area of resistance, people are going to try and long the breakout. That being said, they are looking for a long or a buying position after Bitcoin has already gotten a push up of approximately 5%. And of course, guess how I am able to enter a long position on Bitcoin at approximately 100.6 thousand US dollars? By longing at the area of support. So that is exactly what I would like to say right now to you. If the opportunity is going to happen and Bitcoin is actually going to hit the support area I'm going to share with you in a moment, of course, we can be looking to fire another long position. So we are right now seeing a push down because bearish absorption is happening, higher highs are being formed on the CVD, lower highs are being formed on Bitcoin, while the open interest for the past couple of hours is seeing a push towards the upside. So that pretty much means people are trying to long the breakout because they are expecting higher. But the reality right now also is, this right here is going to be a bearish indication because of course it is going to be bearish absorption. On the other hand, on the RSI indicator on the 30-minute time frame, a clear lower low is being formed while Bitcoin is forming some kind of a higher low. So that is why in the next couple of hours, I would like to see the short squeeze to actually happen, for Bitcoin to actually go above the recent high and to actually take some liquidity at approximately 106,000 US dollars. And that is the exact game plan I also shared with you only 1 hour ago, where I said liquidity drives the market. Let's see if Bitcoin can trigger some short liquidations at approximately 106,000 US dollars. So let me right now share with you exactly what I would like to see. Yes, we are seeing a push down. However, because of the hidden bullish divergence right now being formed on the RSI indicator, I want to see another push towards the upside for Bitcoin to take the liquidity above the recent high, for us to actually do see some bigger liquidations come in the market. Then I would like to see another push down because of course a short squeeze is going to mean people are getting wrecked, people are going to get stopped out of their short positions, and additionally because of that, I would like to see another liquidity grab below the recent low to happen at approximately 103.8 thousand US dollars. Only then I am looking for Bitcoin to chop around at this specific area for slightly more before another short squeeze towards the upside can potentially happen. And you can clearly see right here, I am looking for this quite nice inverse head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, head right here, right shoulder, after the liquidity is taken above the high, after the liquidity is taken below the low, after everyone is tracked, only then we can maybe then see a bigger liquidation cluster to be hit at approximately 110, maybe even 111,000 US dollars on the Bitcoin chart itself. And that is right now also why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus with no KYC and without VPN. Because if you're going to click the second link down below in the description, you're going to get 10 USDT completely for free only after you register. But this specific bonus is right now still limited to the first 300 signups. You're going to get VIP level 3 and a 20% deposit bonus. Now, also as of right now, we are still hosting a 3,000 USDT trading competition, but unfortunately, the campaign is valid only for the next 2 days. So take advantage of the free bonuses using the second link down below in the description, because you're going to get 10 USDT completely for free only after you register. Now, let me share with you what is going to be the first very important support area you should really be aware of in a case Bitcoin is then going to see after the short squeeze squeeze, a push towards the downside. This specific area is going to land at approximately 104,000 US dollars, where once again Bitcoin does have another very important low simply for liquidity purposes. Now, this specific level is really not a random level. At this specific area, we can identify even more levels, and for that, we are going to measure the entire bottom price action with volume, where you can right now see value area low, the last volume support level on Bitcoin, is exactly at this specific area. Not only that, let's go one step further. Anchored VWAP exactly from the low, you can notice it is aligning exactly at the liquidity level and also at the value area low. Now, additionally, you can clearly see, not knowing about any volume levels, not knowing about any liquidity levels, about any anchored VWAPs, clearly, we can say where Bitcoin has gotten some very nice reactions off of. This specific area has been very, very nicely respected. Support level bounced towards the upside. It was also an area of resistance for some time, but once we got a break up, another support level bounce, another support level bounce, and also right here, we got a perfect bounce at this specific area, and Bitcoin got another push towards the upside. So I would say like that, if we are going to right now see a push towards the downside after the short squeeze is going to happen, of course, this specific area is going to be the level where we can be looking for another long or a buying position on the Bitcoin chart itself. Then, of course, as I said before, we are not going to target directly the price target of the inverse hand shoulders pattern. We need to trade from level to level, and as I already said yesterday, the first major area of resistance on Bitcoin is going to happen at approximately 108,000 US dollars. Now, additionally, let's go one step further, because what we can right now do, if we go on the 4-hourly time frame to identify another very important diagonal area of resistance on the line chart, what I'm right now going to do, let's go from the all-time high right here, connecting all of the lower highs, saying that this specific small push towards the upside was only some kind of a deviation. And right now, what are you going to see? If Bitcoin actually does see a push towards the downside, not only we are retesting quite an important horizontal area of support right here, because of course this specific area, as we said, is a very important one, but additionally we are then going to retest quite an important diagonal area of resistance, which could then simply mean bullish retest before we can be expecting another push towards the upside. So the plan on Bitcoin is staying very, very simple. We are looking for long positions, again, not at the breakout. We are not longing any resistances. We are only interested to fire a long position at the area of support. Now, of course, I am not saying that with 100% probability Bitcoin does see push down, because of course I don't know what's going to happen. However, I know exactly at what level I am prepared to risk my capital for me to fire another position. And at this specific level, if the opportunity is going to be offered to us, we can be looking for another long position with a stop loss being placed below this specific support level. Now, yes, Bitcoin does have another daily support level at approximately 101.5 thousand US dollars. However, I ideally do not want to see this specific level to be hit, because it's not really a strong one, because only the daily level is going to be right here. At this specific area, we have a much better level in my opinion, and additionally, as we said, some kind of an inverse hand shoulders pattern could actually be forming on the Bitcoin chart itself. That is why very clear level to buy, also very clear invalidation level below the area of support, and then simply we are going to be targeting much higher targets, ideally maybe of course also another all-time high at approximately 112,000 US dollars on the Bitcoin chart itself. Let's see right now if our plan is going to play out, but nevertheless, as I said before, ideally I want to see first of all a push up, rejection towards our area of support, and then of course we are going to see if this specific level is going to hold, and if then of course also our bigger inverse hand and shoulders pattern is going to play out. That is why if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus, no KYC, no VPN, with the second link down below, because only after you register you're going to get 10 USDT completely for free, and also after you deposit there is going to be a 20% deposit bonus. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.